Today's topic that I picked was about moving on with your life and not holding on to what has gone on in the past, not holding on to the previous phases of your life. Imagine if you were driving and your rear view mirror occupied the whole windscreen. That would be kind of difficult, right? If the entire windscreen was covered with a rear view mirror and you were continually looking back, how would you even know where to go? It is for that reason that in every car, the rear view mirror are three tiny little mirrors which you glance at occasionally. So it is good to look back and just learn from what mistakes you made or the things that you've done or the things that you've said, but not to dwell on what has happened. Because in doing so, you completely lose the moment. And life happens just now. It didn't happen yesterday, and it won't happen tomorrow. Life is happening as we speak. Right now is all that matters. Yes, we have certain wonderful memories. I can tell you, I would in a heartbeat go back and live in Mexico with 2 maids, especially when I start cutting vegetables and my fingers hurt. And when I'm cleaning my house and I'm doing my laundry and I'm ironing, I'm like, oh, those were wonderful days. But I can think about it as much as I want. I cannot bring it back. And what I'm doing when I'm bringing back a memory is I'm bringing back the psychological feeling into the moment. So you're bringing back psychological memories. When you lament and when you celebrate a past moment, it is in the context of what is happening now. It just means that I don't like now. Rajiv, Kanishatam pada dengo, please. I just don't like this moment and I don't like what's happening right now. It was so wonderful in Mexico. There were such lovely beaches, and here I am stuck here sitting talking to all of you. I don't want to be doing this. I want to be in Mexico on the beaches. But is there any point thinking of that? That is a good memory, but when you've brought it back into the present, it's made you feel unhappy about this moment. It's made you feel like this moment doesn't exist. It is not important. Nothing I do now is nice or good. I need to be there. And that has changed the quality of your moment. If you don't make this moment successful and happy, then nothing is ever going to work correctly for you. If you're not happy right now, you will never be happy. Because every moment in the future is a projection of today. The minute you say, I was happy, you are denying the present moment completely. You're negating what is happening today. Your life will always go in cycles. There will be good times, there will be bad times. There will be upswings and there will be downswings. That's the way everything is. It's of planting and flowering and harvesting. Everything in life follows seasons. There's the rainy season, there's the cold season, there's the warm season. Nothing stays forever. It keeps moving. One phase into another phase into another phase. So when you're a child, you were fed, right? You cannot expect to be fed when you're 25 years old. Yet what are we doing? We're behaving in our 30s and our 40s as if we are in our 20s. We haven't let that time in our life go. Yes, 20s is when you're young and you're an adolescent. That's the time to explore the world. That's the time people take risks. They think they're infallible. They drink till they cannot drink anymore. They try every kind of drug. They party. And here you are at 55 trying to do the same thing and wondering why you're so miserable. You never grew out of that phase. You're holding on to something that is not for you right now. That is not your reality. If we only crawled, who would win Olympic medals for running? If we crawled all our life, stayed at that level, at that phase in our life, how would we move on? How could we ever move on? The point is, we like certain phases in our life. You want to hold on to it as long as possible. You like the fact that your skin looks so beautiful when you are in your 20s. And you do whatever you can to make your skin look the way it did. You spend a lot of money doing this. A lot of surgeries, a lot of creams, a lot of effort, a lot of disappointment, and a lot of wondering why it's not the same, it doesn't feel the same. There is something inside of you, and it's only when you find that something inside of you, that's Lori, that's Swati, that's Lata, that doesn't change. That is the only thing that has always been, and always will be. It is your source. It is who you are. And you discover that when I tell you, when you think of yourself, do you think of yourself as a baby or as a grown-up? You just think of yourself, right? I am Kanchana. I just am. I'm neither old nor am I young. I'm neither short nor am I tall. In that instant, you don't identify with any particular feature of yours. That is the only thing that doesn't change. Everything else will change. And trying to hold on to a portion of a river that has already flowed past you is foolishness. Fresh water is coming all the time. New opportunities are coming all the time. Why bother about something that went? You're wondering about the beaches in Mexico. You're going to see the glaciers in Antarctica. Even more beautiful. You're going to go on a camel on the Gobi Desert. You're going to have experiences like you never knew were possible. Every phase has got something beautiful about it. When you're a child, you have no worries. Everything is taken care of. Mummy does the cooking, daddy does the planning, mummy does the planning. You just wear your clothes, go to work and come back. Yet you found in that time to fill yourself with a lot of unnecessary stress. What she thinks of me, what he thinks of me, what he thinks of me, how am I looking, what is this thing, dot on my face. We find a lot of stuff that's not so good. Right? And you can say my childhood was very traumatic. But if you look back on your childhood, 40 years later, say, what a carefree time that was. Your adolescence, when you're getting into the workforce, or when you're in college. College is perhaps, we never experienced it in India because we stayed at home when we went to college, but the kids here, that is just pure freedom. Anything that occurs to them, they do. At any point of time, there are 50 people to choose for company. They never need to be alone. They never need to deal with their own head. If there are no people, there are lots of phones. Today I was picking up my sandwich at Panera. We were 12 people standing there. And not one made eye contact with anyone else. Everybody was busy looking at their phones, and in the meantime, life was passing by. Life was passing by. So they had a lot of wonderful things. They learned, they explored, they were free. They could sleep when they wanted, do everything, do whatever they wanted, but they don't have enough money. That's a big thing. I never have enough money. The teenager is always lamenting. When I, become part of the workforce and I earn enough money, then I'll be fine, But the minute they're out of college, a depression hits them. Now what? I had so much fun, I had so much activity, and now I'm stuck at home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be working, just going to work and coming back. What a boring life. I've got nothing to do. I was so happy when I was in college. We always think that our psychological memories are good, but what does a psychological memory do? It ruins the quality of the moment. You think you were happy then, and because of that, you are unhappy right now. What does it matter how you felt then? How is it important? It's gone. It's gone. It's just like a memory. It's like that photograph. Do I even remember, does Rajiv even remember what it felt like holding Lavanya upside down? Perhaps no. Do we even remember the feelings we went through then? No. It's just a photograph. And what happens, that photographs are like double exposure films. I mean, kids don't have that now, but I remember when we used to have Instamatic cameras, and you would take a reel and then you would take a reel again, and then when you took it out, it was like a lot of imprints, one on top of another. Memories are like that. Memories are very shadowy. They are not real. They don't come to you like a movie. They come to you in flashes. In flashes. And if we just had physical memories, just like that photograph, say, nice time, very nice picture, lot of fun, rather than, I was looking so young, my double chin didn't show then, I had such a strong body, I could lift my child and flip him upside down, my muscles are so weak now. How does that help the quality of your today? What you need today is to let that go. It is over. Accept that and move on. Every minute, every day, wipe the slate clean. Yesterday I wrote to 5 publishers. Nothing came of it. Today I will write to 5 more. And tomorrow I will write to 5 more. Forget about what happened. That was a part of your life that's gone. You're going to have many more phases in your life. For a while, you think that this is it. Then you go into the workforce. And then you meet the person you're going to marry, and then you have this crazy time. You think that you have this wonderful marriage, the children come, and your life gets totally upset. You don't know what happens. And then the children leave, and then your heart gets broken. You don't know what to do. And then they come back again to visit, and you're like, oh Lord, okay, we've got to cook again. So every phase has got good things and bad things. And there's nothing to lament. It is not just one lifetime you have lived. You have lived thousands of lifetimes. Can you imagine if you remembered all those things? There's a reason why you've forgotten everything. There's a reason why you have no memory of what has happened. Because you are not supposed to remember. Because that ruins what you're doing now. You only look back in life like that. To check to see if there's anything that's going to harm you. You look back with a smile or with a little bit of learning. But you don't look back and lament. Because that ruins everything. And what is it ultimately? What do you have to be? You have to be happy. Because happiness is your birthright. You have to be happy right now. And you can't give anything the power to deny you that birthright, right? Not your memories. Not your experiences. Nothing has the power to take it away. Yourself back to the moment and say, what is gone is gone, is gone, is gone. I have now and now and now and now. And this is easier said than done. And every time I try to tell anyone that you have to bring yourself back to the present side, it's easy for you to talk. You're not going through what I'm going through. No. I'm able to see that there is a quick and easy way out of your misery. And if you don't want to get out of it, it is your own foolishness. To hold on to a thought, to hold on to a phase of your life and think it's going to last forever. If that is not foolishness, then what is it? We can't hold on to a single portion of the river of life. Life is the flowing river. Life is a flowing river. And the banks of the river are your circumstances that you're born in. We have certain circumstances that we are born in. And there are people that come along with us. And they have their own destiny. For a while, I keep giving you this analogy, you've got to think of it. Of people, 2 drops of water flowing along for a while. And then one goes one way, one goes another. Nothing lasts forever. If there's one thing that is certain in life, is that everything changes. And you had better accept this for your own peace of mind. It is because you don't want to accept it that you are miserable. That is gone. Now, with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, look forward to the next phase in your life. The next day, the next minute. Everything is important. You don't know, you never know how your life is going to pan out. What is going to change, who you're going to meet, where you're going to go. How many grandchildren you're going to have. How many countries you're going to visit. A lot of excitement. There's a lot of excitement that you have to look forward to. You don't need to bring your past into your present. You don't need to behave as if you were a child. Every phase has its own duties and its responsibilities. As a child, you had responsibilities. As a student, you had responsibilities. As a young adult, you have responsibilities. As a young parent, you have responsibilities. There is no phase in life that is free from its own set of responsibilities, its happiness and its sadness. Because life is pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure. We're always balancing the pain and pleasure. We're trying to move away from pain. We're trying to embrace pleasure. All the time. This is what we're trying to do. And the wise neither deny the pain nor embrace the pleasure. Because it is through pain that the ultimate pleasure is derived. In good times, you never grow. It is only in bad times that you touch your source. And I don't care how wealthy you are. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how many houses you own or what jewelry you wear. If you are not happy, you are the poorest person on the face of this earth. Your greatest treasure is your peace of mind and your happiness. Use the knowledge to continually come back. Now, I'm alive, I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm learning. It's a new experience. I've got so much to live for. Tell yourself these things all the time. No one can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. This is the moment. This is the moment. Wipe the slate clean and start writing something new. Every morning, I have a mental vision when I finish my meditation, I get up, I've just wiped it. I've just wiped it. You know, the little slates that we used to get as kids, I don't know, the kids don't get it anymore, but we used to have these little slates.
No, I used to do that.
Yeah, with chalk.
You have the dry erase board.
And dry erase board. So you have a mental image of, I'm wiping that clean. Today, what am I going to do? Don't think too far ahead. If you think about yesterday, it can be frustrating. If you think about tomorrow, it can be depressing. Why do you want to get into all that? Today. Nothing. Today. Today I'm going to be happy. Tomorrow I can be unhappy. If it comes. Today. Bring it all back with faith, with courage and with gratitude. Live this moment and live your life effortlessly. Any thoughts, any questions, anybody?